Headline: UNC's hypocrisy on salary hikes, a betrayal of the people's trust. They sat in Parliament in silence. While thousands of citizens struggle to afford basic groceries, while workers plead for fair wages and pensioners count coins to buy medicine, members of Parliament, including the United National Congress, UNC, quietly collected bloated paychecks. They did not protest. They did not object. They did not even flinch. Now, they want the nation to believe their hands were tied. In recent days, Camille Robinson-Regis, MP for Trinity and Maloney, tore into the false narrative being peddled by UNC sympathizers, namely political analyst Dr. Indira Rampersad, who claimed the controversial 120th report of the Salaries Review Commission, SRC, was never brought before Parliament. That claim, now exposed as false, is more than a factual error, it is an insult to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. According to official records, the SRC report was laid in Parliament on November 15, 2024. It was available. It was visible. And it was fair game for the then opposition, the UNC, to challenge. But they didn't. They chose silence. Worse, they chose to benefit. We had no choice, they cry. But what about the people who have no choice when the rent is due, when their child is hungry, or when the electricity is cut? Where was the UNC's empathy then? Instead of standing in defense of the ordinary worker, they lined up with the elite. They allowed the recommendations to pass uncontested, only to turn around months later when the public cried out in anger, and pretend they were victims of a system they helped maintain. Kamla Persad-Bissessar now claims she cannot undo the SRC increases. But where was that helplessness in 2009 when she boldly demanded that Patrick Manning cut salaries in half? Back then, sacrifice was a virtue. Today, it's forgotten. Cast aside in exchange for an $87,000 per month prime ministerial salary. This is not governance. This is betrayal. While nurses fight for better conditions, teachers plead for respect, and single mothers stretch every dollar, our leaders squabble over who's to blame for bloated salaries they all happily receive. The UNC's duplicity is not just about pay raises. It is about broken trust. It is about turning your back on the very people who put you there, the workers, the voters, the citizens who believed in your promises of justice and fairness. And to add salt to the wound, they now use voices from academia to rewrite the story, to pretend the opposition was powerless. It is a lie, says Robinson-Regis, and one that drips with intellectual dishonesty. This moment is not about partisan blame. It is about a nation that demands leadership grounded in honesty, humility, and courage, not spin-doctoring and political convenience. As long as politicians continue to enrich themselves while pretending to be powerless, as long as they put themselves above the people, we must call them out. This isn't about the PNM or the UNC. It's about the people. And the people have had enough.